Amidst a whirlwind of passion turned sour, David Edens Jr. and Kodesha Bryson's love story took a deadly turn. Their once promising romance crumbled into a toxic battleground, where arguments became weapons.
Somebody help me, please!
Tragically, their toxic dynamic reached a devastating climax, claiming the life of 22-year-old David Edens Jr. This is the story of a young man entangled in a deadly web of love as he fell victim to a heart-wrenching murder committed by the mother of his child. Born on April 22, 1997, in Greenville, South Carolina, David Edens Jr. was a young man with big dreams. Growing up in the city, he attended Caroline Academy, as revealed by his social media presence. Beyond the classroom, David had a burning passion for music and harbored dreams of becoming a rapper. He would frequently showcase his skills through videos shared on social media. Among the chapters of his life, he found himself entangled in a relationship with Kodesha Bryson, a 25-year-old mother of two. David Edens also had a child himself. Kodesha, known for her troubled nature, was working as a cashier at a local McDonald's in Greenville, where she first time crossed paths with David Edens. As they welcomed a daughter into the world, David embraced his role as a loving and protective father of two. He cherished his daughters and formed a special bond with his children, making spending quality time with them a cornerstone of his life. He would frequently take them to parks, enjoying precious moments of laughter and play. His family, too, adored the little ones, cherishing the joy they brought to their lives. Behind the scenes, however, David and Kodesha's relationship turned toxic, with their breakup becoming inevitable. Despite parting ways, they made the decision to co-parent their precious one-year-old daughter. However, the aftermath of their separation took a drastic turn. As reported by her close circle, Kodesha was determined to make David's life a living nightmare. Their relationship was far from healthy, and it soon became a breeding ground for toxicity and hatred. The two would continuously fight, provoke, and taunt each other. One particular altercation was caught in a video that David Edens shared on his Facebook page.
Well, leave! Huh?
You heard me.
What you saying?
Why you up there trying to front for them? I cracked your window.
This not my car.
Who party?
It ain't in my name.
You driving it, so you responsible.
I'm taking it back today. It's a rental.
I don't care.
Move!
I'm finna take your tax.
She got a 211, y'all. Oh! Baby mama. Baby mama, I'm tired of you. You doing things that a child will do. Somebody help me, please.
Little did he know that that video would become a testament to the evil that caused the demise of their fractured relationship. On that fateful day, November 29, 2019, David Edens Jr. found himself relaxing at a Motel 6 on Wade Hampton Boulevard in Greenville, South Carolina, where he resided. Unbeknownst to him, Kodesha, consumed by anger for reasons unknown, arrived at the motel searching for David. She shattered the windows of various rooms, driven by an unyielding outrage. Eventually, she found him, and a heated argument erupted between them. In a twist and shocking moment, Kodesha took out a weapon, firing a fatal shot at David. The Motel 6, once a haven of temporary respite, became the backdrop for a gruesome crime scene. Meanwhile, the Greenville County Sheriff's Office was alerted to a burglary incident at the hotel. As they arrived at the scene, a bone-chilling discovery awaited them. The lifeless body of 22-year-old David Edens Jr. was laying in one of the rooms. The officers confirmed that David Edens had sustained a fatal gun wound, determining his death to be a homicide. The autopsy confirmed that his time of passing occurred around 10:35 p.m. It was also revealed that he had been residing at the hotel at the time of the incident. Kodesha, however, was nowhere to be found. Detectives wasted no time in diving into the investigation and started with interviewing hotel guests in hopes of unraveling the mystery behind the scene. Among the witnesses was Samantha Russler, a Motel 6 guest who had been present during the encounter. According to her account, there was a persistent commotion as windows were broken in a desperate search for someone. Once they had found their target, the perpetrators shouted at David Edens Jr., urging him to step outside his room. It was then that she opened fire. Samantha described David Edens as a friendly person. She said that the whole ordeal left an unsettling feeling of unsafety among the motel's occupants.
It's just scary. I just went in my room and stayed in there. And this is the first time I've been out since last night.
Following the tragic incident, Kodesha Bryson surrendered herself to authorities in connection with the murder of David Edens Jr. She faced multiple charges including murder, possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, and malicious damage. In a haunting Facebook post, just hours before his untimely demise, David himself had expressed his firm resolve to remain single rather than endure the toxicity of a harmful relationship. Quote, "All I know is I will stay single for life before I enter a toxic relationship. Facts," the post read. During a courtroom appearance, 25-year-old Kodesha Bryson, overwhelmed with emotions, tearfully offered apologies by name to David Edens Jr.'s grieving family.
Nisha, I love y'all. I'm sorry that went my attention. The gun went off. I would never try to hurt him. He a great day. I'm sorry, man. All right. Did you have any questions about the charges or anything? If not, y'all can let us sign the paperwork.
His cousin, LaQuise Baldwin, said that Bryson had been welcomed into the family with open arms when Edens introduced her to them, unaware of the tragedy that would unfold. At the bond hearing held on November 20th, 2019, just a day after the Greenville motel tragedy, Bryson pleaded for forgiveness and expressed her love for the family. She asserted that the shooting had been an accidental act. Through her sobs, she said that she would never have intentionally harmed him, acknowledging Edens as a devoted father and expressing remorse for her actions. Despite her tearful apology in court, David Edens Jr.'s family remained skeptical. Kodesha Baldwin, in particular, dismissed the weight of the apology and emphasized the fact that Kodesha Bryson had actively sought out David before the murder.
Behind, left his kids behind. I mean, her daughter has the mother's in jail now. The dad is gone. He has a son. I mean, the question is why? You had time to think. You weren't looking for him.
Rather than focusing on Bryson's remorse, the grieving family chose to redirect their energy towards supporting the two children left behind in the wake of David Edens' untimely death. Following her surrender, Kodesha Bryson faced charges of murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime in connection with the death of David Edens Jr. During the emotional courtroom proceedings, David's loved ones filled every seat with some standing in the back. David Edens Sr., the father of David Edens Jr., conveyed his deep sadness and disbelief in the wake of his son's tragic death. He expressed the devastating reality that his son was no longer with them, a profound loss that cannot be undone. While he yearns for justice to be served, he recognizes that there are no winners in this heart-wrenching situation. On one hand, a father's life was senselessly taken away through an act of brutality. And on the other hand, a mother has become the perpetrator, forever altering the relationship between her and their daughter, a bond that may now be irreparably broken. When given the opportunity to address Bryson, LaQuise Baldwin posed a question to Bryson.
Why? He left his kids, he left his family. This is around the holidays, and we just want to know why. He's a good father, good family person, good outgoing person. The question is just why.
The void left behind by his absence weighed heavily on his children, particularly his 1-year-old daughter, who now bears the weight of growing up without both parents by her side. As the details of David Edens Jr.'s tragic story unfold, one cannot help but reflect on the complexities and heartbreak that can arise from toxic relationships and their devastating consequences. What could have been done differently to prevent this outcome? How can we address and support those caught in toxic relationships? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.